welcome to another episode of Cooking with Heather. Tonight's topic is easy meals and utilizing what you have, either in your food storage or just leftovers from meals. Because not everybody can afford to go out and get their own food. So, like in terms of buying food every day, that just isn't possible. So we'll just move this out of the way. And we're going to make some stuffing a la Cameron. You see what we have here? Some lovely actual stuffing. We're going to dump it in the pan and we're going to mix it up with some fresh stuffing. And then we're going to put this dish in the sink to do with the other dish. And then we're going to get some stuffing from these boxes and mix them in together so we have more stuffing. And since there's multiple people at this house, 3, you've got to make a lot, especially if one of those people is a big eater, like my brother is. But he's a good kid. Anyway, you've got to make sure there's enough stuffing for everyone. And then we're going to just put these things aside in a pile to throw away. This is going to be really quick and really easy. Because not everybody has the time to make meals from scratch. And just so you know, this is stovetop stuffing, and it's good to buy it off season because then it's usually on sale. Anyway, we're going to excuse me. We're going to get a spoon. And first we're going to wash our hands because that was disgusting. We're going to dry our hands and dry our face so that germs don't get in the food. Alright. We're going to dump some butter. Into there. We're going to put a spoon aside. And we're going to get a couple cups of water. And the water softens the stuffing. It softens the stuffing and it just makes it interesting. We're going to mix all this in. Again, this is easy meals. Using leftovers or whatever's in your food storage. And if you don't have a food storage, the best way to start one is to just buy a couple extra cans each time you go shopping and then put them in a place like under your bed or in your closet on little shelves. And when you find yourself low on money or unable to go shopping for a while, just use your food storage. And it's great for living on. And no, you don't have to be a Mormon in order to make a food storage. Anybody can make a food storage and is encouraged to do so because of the way the world is going. And that everybody will need a food storage at some point or another because jobs will eventually become scarce. And people will need to rely on more than just the grocery store. They'll have to rely on what they can do with leftovers and with food storage. And see now, all of this is mixing in. It's going to all soak in. And it's all going to look fabulous. Because, you know, a lot of families are big or they don't have a lot of time, so they need meals that are quick and easy. And, you know, I mean, a lot of fancy chefs, they don't really think about that, but these videos are to enlighten the mind and give quick and easy cooking ideas to those who need them. Anyway, we've got that taken care of. Now we're going to work on adding things. Let's make sure this is done. There we go. Let's We've got some peas here. Canned peas, of course. Which we'll drain in the sink. Then we'll dump. We'll dump in a nice little pot using a fork. Pry this open. And of course it's not opening. Of course it has to be difficult. There we go. We're going to dump these peas in. This can be either made as a casserole or a stew or whatever you want. Just go in there. And it's okay that we're doing it that way because the stuffing spoon is already being... Yeah, okay, and we've got more peas. We didn't get any mushrooms, which really sucks because I wanted mushrooms. I'll be right back. And I've got a can of sliced mushrooms here, just simple can. And cans are very cheap, so that is honestly the best way to make meals, especially if you're low on money or time. And we'll drain it again. Just stir this together and see what we get. And you know what? We're going to have a nice stuffing stew. I'm going to turn it down a bit because it is a bit warm. See, we've got mushrooms and peas and stuffing from a turkey, leftover stuffing, and stovetop stuffing, utilizing both food storage and leftovers. You don't always need to run out to the store every single day in order to make a decent meal for yourself or your family. Now, you know what? We might add some carrots in this, just because they need to be eaten, but we're going to nuke them for about we actually don't need to nuke them. We can add them just as they are, some nice leftover carrots. We're going to add them to the stew, and we're just going to, you know what, you're getting all your nutrients in this one dish. Especially if you don't have a lot of time, or your family's going through a rough time, or you don't have a lot of money. See, the carrots are all mixed in. There you go. And what do we have here? Oh, you know what? Look at this. This is an extra surprise we're going to put in. We're going to put this yummy turkey in there too, so we have some meat. So that'll take a few minutes because it's frozen. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean up a bit. We're going to throw away everything we need, get rid of. So that we don't have a mess on our hands. And we're also going to add some of these garden peas that my mother got from a friend in her ward to give more vegetables. And hopefully this will taste good. Because we're snapping beans right in there. And these are raw beans, so they'll cook quite nicely with the rest of the food. And really, it's just such a wonderful thing to be able to cook and share these ideas with people who are just trying to get good meals taken care of. Alright, so I think we've got enough here, so we're going to put these away in a minute after I finish snapping these. And honestly, I mean, if you're low budget or busy or just don't like cooking a lot, this is the kind of thing you should make. And it's just really very simple, but it also helps you develop skills. Now let's see if there's anything else that's showing up. Or this little thing. I don't think there is. Otherwise it's going to turn out to be a really weird looking dish. Hopefully the turkey will be thawed soon so we can use it. So we'll just mix the beans in while we wait. And for dressing, because this is a little warm, so you'll need a dressing to cool it down, I would recommend California Catalina or sweet and sour dressing. And it's a very interesting meal. It's got vegetables. And now let's see if it's thawed. Not quite. But you know what? We're just going to put it in for another 3 minutes. And we're just going to keep stirring this and taking care of it. We might add a few more peas just because you can never have too many peas in a meal. And really, see? It just mixes in so nicely. And even though you may not be able to see very much, I promise I'll hold the camera up to the food once it's done and show you the creation. Now let's do a taste test to see how it's coming. She's coming along really well. So let's get a lid to help it cook, okay? We'll get a lid and we'll help it cook. So it will taste even more good than it already does. In the meantime, we're going to do a little cleanup. Since we're not done with the spoon quite yet, we're going to put it here. But it's always important, as I've said in my past videos, to clean up after you've been cooking. And if we don't clean up, what happens? Well, the mess gets worse, and we get rats and snakes and evil things coming in. Just kidding, we get bugs and bugs. Sorry for the interruption. My camera just decided to be a brat. Okay, the turkey is done. And the stuffing is starting to take shape. So we're going to pick out some of the turkey. We're going to scrunch it up. Pieces. We're going to add some turkey. We're just going to scrunch it up like this. So it's all nice and lovely. It can go in there without being too difficult to eat. Alright, so we're going to throw some turkey in there. And it's going to be wonderful. It's just going to be absolutely wonderful and breathtaking, and oh, it's warm. Alright, the camera kept going out, and I kept getting interrupted. So what we're doing is we're adding turkey to this mixture. And the heat of it will help the turkey to finish thawing, because it is partially frozen. But it's going to be really good when this is done. Because honestly, sometimes my family will eat turkey, and it's off season right now, so it's really inexpensive. So we have sometimes leftover some turkey. And you know what? You don't need to run to the store every day for a good meal. You can just see what you have in food storage or in your pantry or whatever you call it. And then see what you have in the way of leftovers. And as long as it's tasteful and makes sense, you can try and blend them together. And it can really turn out to be a good meal, one that everyone will enjoy. So this is about done, except for the turkey, which shouldn't take too long. And really, it's been a great pleasure cooking, because I haven't done a cooking video in a while. Because in case you didn't know, I've been really busy because my dad got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer a while ago, and like about a month ago, and I've been trying to be there for my family, and it's a hard thing, you know. And just tonight, he's in the hospital again, has been for a couple days, and I just found myself with some time to make this video for y'all, and just to show you that I'm helping and taking care of my family and doing just what needs to be done. And I figured, why not, since I'm cooking anyway, make a cooking video about quick and easy meals using stuff from your pantry or food storage and your leftovers, because you don't need to really run to the grocery store every time you want to cook a meal, because that's just a waste of money. And I mean, I know professional chefs like to cook really fancy things, but not everybody is a professional chef. And not everybody has the time for that kind of thing. So what I'm doing in this episode, very different from other episodes, is I'm showing you simple, easy ways to combine leftovers and food storage, so you're not wasting your money all the time whenever you want a meal. Because economically, it's really hard these days to get a good meal. Because food prices are going up, but if you can buy things when they're on sale and save them in a food storage, you can pull them out whenever you want something. And hence, then you have a good meal. And you shouldn't really be afraid to pick dinners from your pantry because, I mean, that's the way of the future. Right? And it really helps to do that, especially when you don't have time or money to go to the grocery store every single day. And it really helps to relieve stress cooking a simple meal like this. Ugh. So we'll put that aside for now, and I think we have enough turkey in there. So we'll just mix it up and then taste it again. And hopefully it'll taste like it's done. Mmm. Mmm. Mm. And that, I believe, is about done. And I'm going to give you a close-up shot just in case you didn't see any of the cooking. Look at that. Look at how yummy that is. That, my friends, is stuffing leftover carrots, canned peas, canned mushrooms, leftover turkey, and stuffing from a stovetop box. That's what you can do with leftovers in food storage. Quick and easy, maybe half an hour of your time. Instead of running out to the store and spending money, because things are getting more and more expensive. And anyway, this is my intention, to just show you what simplicity can get you. Simplicity can get you beauty. Out of the simplest things comes the most beautiful creations. Alright, and that is the end of this episode of Cooking with Heather. See you later.